Good morning. I'm Karen Dunphy, a licensed practitioner here at Centers for Spiritual Living, Greater Las Vegas, and welcome to our Sunday celebration service. Such a beautiful time of year. Just love this time of year. As we settle into contemplative meditation, I invite you to turn within. I invite you to let your eyes close if you're comfortable, and take in a couple of deep breaths, inhaling through your nose, exhaling through your mouth. Knowing that we are in the presence of Spirit, that we are in the presence of a beautiful spiritual community here and abroad and everywhere my word reaches. I am a vessel for the Spirit and energy today. And this will be a combination of spoken word and contemplation. And as you turn within, as you remain conscious in your inner sanctuary, that inner place where all is well, I simply ask you, are you looking for happiness outside of your everyday, moment-to-moment experience? Think about it. Are you thinking you will find happiness out there someday? So many of us go chasing a magic it out there. But it never could be found there. So we want to share a secret that really shouldn't be a secret. Know that you are pure joy. What made you is pure joy. Every time you wake up, and even when you sleep, you have joy waiting to be expressed inside you. Joy and happiness and fullness come from doing joy, being joy, knowing it, cultivating it, and lighting it in your heart so you can share it. Simply be aware of breathing in and breathing out. I breathe in joy. I breathe out joy. I bring joy to the world. You bring joy to the world. You are a vessel of joy. And you must know this. So when the time comes, you will be fully free. Breathing in joy. Breathing out love. Your joyful being and your joyful actions turn you into a beacon of starlight. Look within. Notice joy in the center of your being. The truth of your being is joy. Feel joy in every atom of your being that's vibrating to the inner joy within. Put your focus on being joyful, even for tears and loss. For they mean you have lived. Really lived. Breathing in joy, breathing out love and joy. Jump into it all and love every minute. Breathing in and breathing out. I invite you to slowly bring your attention back into this space of perfect harmony and joy. And when you're comfortable, you may open your eyes again and know that you're in a perfect right place. And this will bring this morning's meditation to an end. and I release it into the heavens. And we'll see you back in about 13 minutes for the service to begin at 10 o'clock. Thank you.
The one is ever seeking to manifest itself through you. Glorious power forever breathing through you. The one is ever seeking to manifest itself through you. Glorious power forever breathing through you.
There are times in my life when I am stronger than I've ever been. There are times in my life when I believe I can do no wrong. There are moments when I can believe I am shining brighter. Well, sister, stand up. Believe in all that you can be. Brother, remember who you are. Be strong. Hold tight to that vision, 'cause never take it away from you. Be strong. Live your life with passion. You've got to keep on and hold tight to your vision. Tears to be cried. There'll be moments of loss, moments of winning, in a lifetime of love. If I just keep in my mind, without any doubt, that I'm flying higher. Sister, stand up. Believe in all that you can be. Brother, you got to know who you are. never take it away from you. Be strong, live your life with passion. You've got to keep on and hold tight to your vision. This is the moment to rise up. You know the sun's coming out, your new life starting now. Can't keep you down, your spirit's rising. Oh, be strong, hold tight to that vision, 'cause no one can ever take it away from you. Be strong and live your life with passion. You got to keep on and hold tight to surrender to the shining through your vision, your vision.
I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing, I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing joy today. I'm choosing joy today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing, I'm choosing joy today. I'm choosing peace today. I'm choosing peace today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing, I'm choosing peace today. I'm choosing love today. I'm choosing love today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing, I'm choosing love today. I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing
Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Center for Spiritual Living, Greater Las Vegas. How's everybody today? I see you all found a parking spot. Thank you all. We don't anticipate this being an issue in the future, but the other church is having a grand opening today, and they've consolidated all their services into one. So if it becomes an issue, we will deal with that in the future. But right now, we're just knowing that there is a spot for everyone and a place for everyone, and there is abundance all around throughout this entire world. Come on in and have a seat, folks. We're just getting ready here. So I see some new faces. Wonderful to have you here. So glad you found us and joined us on this beautiful Sunday morning. And of course, I see these faces that I love every day, all the time. I just am so thrilled to see everybody back. And I want to say hi to all those faces that we can't see, the people that are joining us online. If you would, just turn around and wave at the camera. I have heard wonderful things about people being touched by us acknowledging them that way. Just turning and waving at them, giving them a smile and a wave and a friendly sign that they are welcomed here. So I appreciate you all doing that. We have a very robust online audience, and it's growing every day. All right, so we are going to kick it off this morning. What are we singing today, Justin? Energy of God.
Yes, indeed.
Words are going to be on the screen. If you'd like to stand and join us, we're going to get some energy moving here. Oh, how wonderful. I just love it watching this joy that's going on whenever we do our meet and greet. All right, we're going to shift our energy right now into a little more contemplative time. I'm going to invite up our practitioner of the day, Karen Dunphy, to give us our affirmation and our invocation, accompanied by Justin.
Thank you, Reverend Laura. All right, everyone. So today's affirmation is, my cup runneth over with an abundance of money, opulence, and divine supply. Let's do it. My cup runneth over with an abundance of money, opulence, and divine supply.
Pure and holy, tried and true, with thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary as you.
Consciousness in that innermost place where all is well. I speak my word this morning in gratitude for this marvelous spiritual community that we get to be a part of this part of the year as we move into fall and celebrate the harvest and the abundance of this amazing, amazing experience in life that we all get to enjoy. I speak my word this morning knowing that Reverend Laura is going to be giving a divine message on breaking free. And I know that everything we need for the journey, including breaking free from anything, has been given to us. We have every tool for every need that we encounter along the way. And we take the bumps along with the downhill and this and that. We just take everything as it comes to us, knowing that every solution that we could ever need is already inside of us, just waiting to be recognized. And I'm so excited to be here in this moment, here with you all, knowing that we are all connected with the infinite mind and lovingness and spirit of God. And I just know that all is well, and I invite you to maintain your consciousness of the presence of spirit within as we turn this over and move on with our service today. And so it is.
Let's sing together now. God, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true, with thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary as you. Sanctuary. A sanctuary as you. A sanctuary as you.
Thank you, Karen and Justin. That song was wonderful. I was sitting up there at the last verse, just listening to you all, and I could feel the vibrations. That was really cool. I like that. It's nice to be able to do things like that. So we are continuing our talks this month about uncharted territory, exploring uncharted territories. Today we are talking about, breaking free from scarcity. Breaking free from that idea of scarcity, as Karen talked about in her invocation. And this idea that we live in a world of abundance, and that anything that appears to be not abundant is a false belief, a false belief that somehow gets solidified inside of us, and that there's an opportunity all the time for us to break free from that, to get rid of those ideas. So far this month in our talks about prosperity and abundance and financial well-being, we've covered a few different concepts that are unique to Science of Mind here in New Thought. We've talked about the power of our thoughts and how that we can use our thoughts to create the reality that we want. We talked about using a spiritual prototype. In other words, creating that perfect idea of what it would be like to be in financial abundance or to live a prosperous life. That mental equivalent or spiritual prototype, as Ernest talked about it. We've talked about the law of circulation and how when we give, we receive. And we have to keep in that flow of that all the time. Otherwise, we are stifling our good. We're stopping it from reaching us. And we've talked a little bit about the power of gratitude and forgiveness and how important it is to be engaging in those activities as well for our financial well-being. Today's talk is going to focus more on cultivating an abundance consciousness, getting ourselves in a place where we are living in that idea of abundance all of the time. I've used quite a few different books for this month, and the one that we're going to be talking about today is from one of my favorite authors, Joel Goldsmith. But before we get into that, just a little bit about what we mean by scarcity. So scarcity is a mindset that is driven by comparison and a lack of understanding of the nature of supply, the nature of the universe, the nature of abundance as it moves through us. We see scarcity when we compare ourselves to other people. We think, oh, look at this person, they've got $1 million. Look at this person, they've got a fancy yacht, or this one has a bigger house than I am. And what that does is that makes us think that somehow we have less than. And that brings that idea of scarcity into our experience in a way that is not necessarily a realistic or true way, because everyone is at a different place in their consciousness around money and abundance and all of those ideas. And so comparing ourselves from one person to another is setting ourselves up to feel less than. And that's just an icky feeling all around. Scarcity is rooted in fear, in anxiety, and in the big assumption that we live in a world of limited resources. We think that we are limited, but if we look out in the world, we can look anywhere and see evidence of the abundance of the earth. If I look out the window right now, all I can see, well, one is a lot of cars, but the other thing I see is leaves on all these bushes. I could not even begin to count the number of leaves that are out there. If I go out into the desert, there's no way possible. I wouldn't even want to count the number of grains of sand in a square inch, let alone in one of these vast deserts that we have. If we look at anything out in nature, we see evidence of abundance. All over the place, evidence of abundance. We don't see lack and limitation when we look out at the evidence of the world. When we compare ourselves to someone else, we see lack and limitation. We see that there is a limited number of things available out there. And we have to feel like we have to strive to get more for ourselves. And that keeps us in a constant state of competition. And we're always afraid that someone else's gain is going to be our loss. If somebody else has that, then I don't get it. That kind of idea. If we think we're in a world of limited resources, then I've got to get what's mine before somebody else gets it, or I'm not going to get it. That kind of an attitude. This kind of mindset trickles down into all kinds of aspects of our lives, making us overly protective of what we have, making us worried about losing something. It makes us hesitant to take risks. Sometimes it makes us reluctant to share what we have, or even to collaborate with others. I mean, sometimes we even think that this scarcity comes in the form of ideas. Like if I share my idea with somebody else, I'm going to lose it, and then it's not mine. Somebody else is going to get it. So if we think of scarcity in this way, then it shows up in all different aspects of our lives. The more we believe in scarcity, the more it tends to manifest in our lives, and that reinforces that idea of lack. The more we think about it, the more it shows up. basic science of mind. The more we put our attention on something, the more likely we're going to get it, right? So the book that I was talking about that we're going to use today is from one of my favorite authors, Joel Goldsmith. Joel Goldsmith was a contemporary of our founder, Ernest Holmes. He did his work just right around the same time. In fact, they were just about, I think there were 6 years difference in their age. Ernest was born 2 years before Joel, and Joel died 4 years after Ernest, something along those lines. Very much contemporaries, very much into the same ideas of that we have our New Thought philosophy based on. Joel was a little bit more biblical. He was a Christian Science practitioner. He got his start in Christian Science, and he did that for many years until it became very apparent that his belief system did not align with theirs. And so he needed to step away from that, and he formed his own philosophy called The Infinite Way. It was the first book that he published in 1947, but he had been doing this work for many years before that. And so this book that I'm using for this is called Invisible Supply, and it really is a phenomenal book on that. Justin and I were talking about it earlier. I think it's going to be one of our book studies for next year. So this idea that Joel has in here, talking about infinite supply, first thing he has to do is get very clear about what supply is. And he talks about this. That wasn't the slide I wanted right now. Here we go. Supply. Supply is spirit, and it is within you. It is never visible. Supply is never visible. It will never become visible. It is invisible to the human eyes. It is never felt with human fingers. It is never heard or tasted. What you behold in the outer world are the forms that supply assumes. Supply is an invisible essence. It is something that is not tangible, but it shows up in tangible forms for our experiences. So it can show up as a form of money. It can show up as a form of food. It can show up as a form of friends. It can show up in multiple different ways. What other thing do we know that shows up in all kinds of ways? Spirit. Spirit shows up in everything. Everything in life is spirit. In our belief system, we believe that spirit is manifested as all life, as all creation, as a matter of fact. It shows up as it shows up through it. It is actually how spirit experiences the world. So spirit is experiencing the world in form as supply. Outwardly, supply takes the form of money, food, clothing, anything that we need. It also takes the form of transportation, housing, business capital, and so forth. Your spiritual discernment will tell you that this is true. And later you will see proof of it, not by ever seeing supply, but by seeing the forms that supply takes, or assumes here. And then one last quote about supply here. Supply is spirit. Supply is spirit, and it is within you. It is never visible. That quote's the second one. I've already done that one. It's a little different? Okay. No, it's the same quote, Justin. Somehow I copied that one wrong. Sorry about that. The principal supply is that in our oneness with God, we already have all that God has because, as Jesus said, I and the Father are one, and that all the Father has is mine. If we are individually are experiencing lack, it is not because of any actual lack. It is because of our inability to make contact with supply. Supply is spirit. Supply shows up in form as whatever it is we need. It was given to us in the beginning before ever the world began. As it says in the book of Luke, it is the Father's good pleasure to give me the kingdom. We don't have to ask for it. We don't have to look for it. Spirit is constantly pouring itself out in whatever we have that we need in the form that we need it to be in. But supply itself is the spiritual essence behind it. It is not the thing, it's what makes the thing, not the thing itself. The form is how it shows up. But the supply is spirit in action. So why then do we feel lack? Why is it that we experience lack? So Joel was a very, very successful Christian Science practitioner and later on a healing practitioner with the Infinite Way. He had thousands of people. This was in the 30s to the 50s. He had thousands of people constantly contacting him in a variety of ways for healing work. And for many years, he was very financially successful for this. He would get telegrams and letters and occasionally phone calls, because they weren't quite so common back then, of people asking for help. And he tells one story of getting a telegram from somebody that, I can't remember the condition, but they're in the hospital, they're desperately ill. And their family sends a telegram to Joel asking him to do his healing work with them. And so he sits down and does what he does in prayer and meditation for that. And before he finishes it, there's a knock on the door and there's another telegram from the same family thanking him for healing the person. The work that Joel would do happened in consciousness, and it was beyond time and space. So he was able to support himself and his family very well for many years. He had an office in Boston, and he practiced there. But then he decides he's going to move. And so he moves away, and he still has the same number of clients. He still is constantly getting phone calls and letters and telegrams for people asking for healing work. But the money's dried up. He's not getting paid for it like he was. And so he's walking on the street one day, and when he tells this story, it's really phenomenal. He did not even have enough money for bus fare, so he's walking from his home to his office, which was about a 10-mile walk. And so he's walking, and he's like, what is going on? What's going on here? Why was I so successful financially as well as doing the work I did in consciousness? Why was that so successful when I was in Boston and it's not here? What is happening here? And so he says, he begins to realize as he's contemplating this on this 10-mile walk that the problem couldn't be with God. The problem couldn't be with the work that he was doing. The problem had to be inside of himself. And so he's like, well, what is it that I'm not believing here? What is it that's hindering my belief in my ability to get this done? And he says he eventually came to the conclusion that he did not have the right idea of what supply was. Surely he had to be wrong about it, otherwise he would be demonstrating it. And so he started thinking about this. Well, what are the principles of supply? What are the principles I believe in? He says, well, I believe that God is love. And he thought, but have I proved that? Jesus told me God is love. But have I actually proved that to myself? He says, I believe that God is law. He said, but wait a minute, Moses told me God is law. And then he says, well, wait a minute, God is principle. And then he says, no, Mrs. Mary Baker Eddy, the founder of Christian Science, told me that God was principle. He says, I've learned these things. I've read these things many times. But have I proved it to myself? He said, until I prove it to myself, then I can't really know it. To me, it's just studying. It's just hearing things. It's believing somebody else's truth, but has it become my truth? He goes on to say that knowing statements of truth about God and knowing God are different things. How many of us have read something in one of these profound books that we have access to nowadays, and we know there's something in there? We're not really sure what it is, but we can feel it kind of like niggles at the back of our soul. But until we actually begin to prove it, to know it in a way that is at a soul level, that makes it unshakable, then can we really believe that? I can say all day long, God is supply. Supply is spirit. But until I prove it for myself, it's just words that I know. It's just words that I know. So we know that there are spiritual qualities like integrity and honesty and gratitude. We know that they can be embodied in our consciousness. We don't ask for those things to be brought to us. We know that they're there. But until we start to have that experience of it, then we're not really sure about what that is. Joel says, supply is just as spiritual as all these other qualities. It too is not something that comes to us. It is embodied within us, and we must express it. It's already there inside of us. This is one of my favorite poems. I actually don't like the whole poem. It's way too long. Paracelsus by Robert Browning. But in there, this one little section. Truth is within us. It takes no rise from outward things, wherever you may believe. There is an inmost center in us all where truth abides in fullness. And to know, rather consist in opening out a way whence the imprisoned splendor may escape, than affecting entry for a light supposed to be without. We think that we have to bring stuff into us. If I want more wealth, if I want more supply, if I want more friends, if I want something, anything out there, I've got to work and struggle and get it and bring it into my existence. But what if it's just a matter of opening ourselves up and letting it come out? Spirit gave us everything in the beginning. And that idea of us, that little bit of soul inhabiting this body, this form, every single thing we could ever need was instilled in us in that moment. And so our opportunity is always to clear away the stuff that stops it from shining forth. Open out a way from which the imprisoned splendor may emerge. I don't have to bring it into myself. I just have to let it loose. There are lots of times in my life that I've been able to do this, and there are some things that I'm working on. Still some things that I need to bring into my experience in a different way. But this idea of breaking free from scarcity is not about changing our outer circumstances. I don't have to change my job. I don't have to get an increase in my pay. I don't have to bring more of anything into my life. I have to prepare myself to be the place where they can show up, where they can emerge from within me. Sometimes it's easier said than done. But often we go back to, I think I need a new job, or I think I need to win the lottery. Always our goal is to understand spirit in a little deeper way. Always, as Joel would say, to understand God aright. To get to that place where we have cleared away the burdens and the boundaries and the things that have stopped us from experiencing the fullness and the richness of life. To truly understand the principles, we have to begin to embody them at a soul level. One of the things that I was, as I was thinking about this, writing this talk this week, I was thinking, what if I really embodied at a soul level? And the idea that came to me was the idea of freedom. For a long time in my life, I felt like I had to conform to what society thought I should be. I had to conform to what my family thought. I had to conform to what I thought of my gender. I had to conform to what I thought of a person as a teacher, and then as a minister, and then, now as a creator and an artist, and all of those things that I love to do so much. When I finally stepped into an understanding of living an authentic life, freedom was available for everything. Freedom opened up inside of me. I had to align myself with that idea of living a free life. I had to embody that at a soul level before I could begin to experience it. And then once I did, it's like, blown up all over the place, in a good way, all over the place. But there are certain concepts that I'm still working on. Still working on eliminating that hidden beliefs behind it and actually beginning to embody those concepts. And I think we're all, as we talk about oftentimes, we're on this constant upward spiral of evolution. And we keep moving upward on it, but we keep revisiting the things that have been issues in our lives. And so we come around and there's that issue again. And I come around, but I'm seeing it at a little higher level now. And there I come around, there it is. But look at that. I can see all of those problems in a little deeper way because I can look at it from an elevated consciousness. So our task is always to align ourselves with the spiritual truths that we know right now. Because once we align them with the ones that we know, we get that feeling of what it feels like to actually embody something at a soul level. And then that carries over to other things that we need to embody. So begin thinking about what it is in your life that's a difficulty for you. What is it in your life that's a challenge? And begin to look at what those principles are around it and think to yourself, do I believe this at an intellectual level, or have I begun to embody this at a soul level? Have I begun to actually live this idea rather than just repeat it over and over to myself? Have I begun to understand those concepts at a level that is, like I like to say, I know that I know and I can't ever unknow it. You get to that point where there's just no doubt about it. It's something that doesn't even have to be explained to anybody else because you know it in a way that is deep embodied within you. Like I said, cellular kind of level. And so as we begin to deal with all of these issues in our lives, we begin to look at what those principles are, and then how can I take that a little deeper? So if I want more love in my life, I need to look at the principles around love and understand that, well, gosh, and this one's hard for me, I'm already love. I'm already love. It's already inside of me. Spirit gave it to me at the beginning, before ever the world began. I'm already full of love. So my task is to begin to live from that place of love. And going back to our topic, I am already the fullness and the allness of the divine. All supply is already given to me. Am I living as if it is? That doesn't mean going out and spinning frivolously, by the way. That just means living from a point that I understand. All my needs are met all the time. I don't have to do anything to bring more into my life. I just have to clear away the stuff that's blocking it. This came from our Money Magic talk, practice for today. Each day during the month of October, we sent out for those people that have signed up for it, we've sent out a spiritual practice that you can do. Today's spiritual practice is to seek spiritual guidance from a spiritual teacher or a mentor. This is what I wrote for this one. Financial abundance is not only a result of practical actions, such as budgeting and investing, but it's also aligning ourselves with the deeper spiritual principles and universal laws. So take a look at those spiritual principles. We've been talking about them all month long. Take a look at those universal laws, the things that we know are absolutely true, and then prove them to yourself. Prove them in a way that internalizes it and makes it real for you, makes it come alive within you, and then open out a way and watch what happens in your life. It can actually be a wonderful, magical thing. All right, let's take this into prayer. I invite our spiritual practitioners to stand and surround us. They hold us in consciousness throughout the week. They are available for prayer after service, right over here, outside this door in our prayer room. They are here for you to offer you that spiritual guidance. So seek spiritual guidance. It's very important. What the spiritual practitioners can do for you is to know the truth when you can't know it for yourself. And trust me, that is a powerful thing. Powerful thing to align yourself with somebody else's truth like that. All right, so I just invite you to take in that breath. Let your shoulders drop and your eyes close. as we simply relax into this moment of perfection, knowing that the fullness and the allness of the divine resides right here, right now, in each and every one of us. It's always there, but in this moment we consciously recognize it, allowing it to be that presence of creation, allowing it to be that infinite supply in whatever form it needs to show up. I know that presence as love, as balance, as harmony, as peace, as joy, as abundance. Because I know that that presence is all there is. And because I know that there is only this one, I know that I am one with it, that the power and the presence of the divine resides right at the heart of my being. I am that place of love, of joy, of abundance, of creativity. And as I know this is true for me, I know this is true for everyone. For each one of us is that perfect and unique emanation of a love so powerful, it could do nothing else but create of itself. And so knowing this truth, I speak my word right here and right now. I know that within each one of us is an invisible supply that is overflowing at all times. An invisible supply that we can tap into when we are at our deepest and darkest moments. An invisible supply that is constantly fulfilling all of our needs. An invisible supply that was given to us in the beginning before ever the world began, and is ours now and forevermore. I know the very nature of each one of us is abundance and prosperity and love and peace. And I know that that shows up in whatever way is necessary for the fulfillment of our desires. For the highest and greatest good of all is continually manifesting itself into expression through that invisible supply. And oh, how good it is to see it, how good it is to feel it. I'm so grateful to know that this is what is happening right here and right now. And I simply release this word into the law, into that creative mind that always says yes, that never withholds, and is always manifesting itself in perfection. I let it go and I let it be. And together we say, and so it is.
I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Thank you. Thank you, practitioners. And so now is that time in our service when we have an opportunity to support our community with your financial contributions. And so if you are giving by cash or check today, I invite you to prepare that now. If you are giving electronically, my slide, Joe. Usually it's right there. There it is. Joe, our phenomenal sound guy. There are many ways that you can give electronically. Kaylee and Kelly are in the back there to help you with that if you need any assistance. But we invite you to just prepare your gift, and as you've done so, would you just hold it over your heart? If you are giving electronically, just put your hands over your heart. And I invite you to repeat after me. This gift I give.
This gift I give
Goes forth from me.
goes forth from me.
Does amazing and miraculous things.
Does amazing and miraculous things.
And returns to me in kind. Pressed down and overflowing.
Pressed down and overflowing.
And so
So
it
it
is.
is.
We're singing
More equals give.
More Equals Give. If you'd like to stand, the words are on the screen.
If you want more love, give love. If you want more joy, give joy. If you want more peace, give peace. If you want more, give. If you want more, give. If you want more money, give your money. If you want more time, give up your time. If you want more friends, be a friend. And if you want more, give. And if you want more, give. When you give, you receive. It's as simple as that. There's no effort, no struggle. It's just a simple fact. If you want to see change, be a change. If you want more truth, tell your truth. If you want more gratitude, give thanks. If you want more, give. If you want more,
Beautiful. And so we just simply give thanks for everything that we've received here today, knowing that each one of these gifts blesses and multiplies every hand that it touches and goes forth from us, blessing this entire community. We are so grateful. Thank you all. And so it is. All right, just a couple of announcements here. First off, we have a new class starting in November 13th. It's going to be on Wednesday nights. It's 4 Wednesdays, 2 in November, 2 in December. Based on a book by Dennis Merritt Jones called When Fear Speaks, Listen. This is going to be facilitated by Judy Petit and Christine Page, two of our lovely practitioners. If you sign up for this, you get the book free. So it's a $17 book, and the investment for the class is $47, so you get the book as part of the cost of that. If you're interested in that, Kaylee and Kelly have set up the Breeze form back there. They can go ahead and sign you up now. It's 6 to 8, Judy? Yes. 6 to 8 on Wednesday nights, so starting November 13th. Okay. Our Money Magic is still going on. You can still sign up for that. We have, about 11 days left of that. And so if you're interested, there's our Money Magic altar up here. This was day 1. And you can find out more information on our website or check with Kaylee and Kelly in the back, and they'll be happy to help you sign up for that. Each week, each day is a different spiritual practice emailed to you. They've been fun. They really have been fun. So, our Walking the Path is one of our sacred circles that meets here on Tuesday mornings at 10 a.m. for a look at the guide for spiritual living from the Science Mind magazine. And so it's a great discussion group, drop-in group. You're welcome to come as you can with that. Our Women's Sacred Circle is meeting here this afternoon at 1:30. Today they're doing Rosewater Blessing and something else, wasn't it, Judy?
Rosewater Blessing and then an activity on perception.
An activity on perceptions and a Rosewater Blessing. I've done the Rosewater Blessings. Those are fabulous. So if you're interested in joining that, at 1:30 this afternoon here in the sanctuary. And then following that at 5 o'clock this evening is our Rhythm, Sound, and Soul group. They will be here doing, it's a drumming, dancing, chanting, singing, meditating kind of thing. It's really kind of cool. We clear the chairs and everything so that it's a wonderful experience for people as they move around and get into that connection with spirit in a more physical way. So not this Sunday, but next Sunday, on the 27th, I will be speaking at the first Interfaith Forum for this year. Our topic is the purpose of life, living a life that matters. And I'll be at the SGI Buddhist Center on West Charleston. Starts at 7 o'clock. This is an open forum for anybody, and there will be faith leaders from 6 different traditions there to speak about the purpose of life. So it's a really cool thing. One of my favorite things to do is Soul Crafters, and on November 2nd is our next Soul Crafters. That happens to be Dia de los Muertos, and so we're going to be doing sugar skulls with dot painting. So if you're interested in doing that, you need to sign up in advance because I need to know how many sugar skulls to order. So Kaylee and Kelly have a sign-up sheet in the back if you would put your name and email on that, and there'll be a form on the website coming soon. But if you're not sure what a sugar skull is, that's what it looks like right there. We're going to be doing a technique called dot painting to create these sugar skulls. And then, even more fun, because I like altars, the next day, November 3rd, we're going to be creating a Dia de los Muertos altar along the wall here with our sugar skulls and pictures of your loved ones who have left us. And so if you would like to bring a picture in, you can bring it in a frame or just bring a picture printed out of anyone who has departed already, including your pets, any of that. So we'd love to have our community represented, all of the people that are important to our community represented on our Dia de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead. All right. Hey, Kaylee, you going to come up here and help me with this one? So we're going to announce our raffle winner, but I don't want anybody to be mad at me, so I'm going to have Kaylee draw. So we've been holding a raffle for just about a month now with a beautiful basket of spiritual tools, and many people have contributed to that. So Kaylee's going to draw a name out of here. I think that string was the one I was using to demo, wasn't it? Yeah, there's a blank. Yeah, just to make it look fancy.
Drum roll, if you want to do a drum roll.
Yeah, there we go. We got our drum roll and the audience participation. Christine Page, our youth director. Woo! It's funny. She said, I'm only buying one ticket because I know that's the ticket that's going to win. There you go. Very good, Christine. All right. We are finishing up here. Before we finish up with our prayer for the day, we would like to remind you that there's personal prayer available in the prayer room right across the hall here. Our practitioners will be happy to sit with you to discuss anything that you have going on in your life right now and that you'd like to have prayer for. And if you would and are physically able, please help us stack the chairs. They go in stacks of 6 up against the wall, but not up against the stained glass. So we'll have that so we can have the room cleared for our groups that are meeting this afternoon. All righty, our prayer for the country today is actually written by Christine Page, our youth director and practitioner. So here we go. There is a power moving through the universe that is greater than anything else. This universal presence is the creator of all. This divine being operates with unconditional love, freedom, harmony, and balance. It is liberty for all. It is unity for all. Divine right order, divine right action is in effect for the good of this universe. This power in the universe can be used by all. And I am one with this universal intelligence that abides in me. I know that I am one of many that Spirit expresses itself through. Its everlasting energy flows freely through me as well as everyone else with grace and ease. I know that all people can use this power to promote peace, love, liberty, and acceptance of all. As a citizen of the United States, freedom is my birthright. It is all our birthright to live in unity with liberty, freedom, peace, and harmony. We value diversity, equity, embrace oneness, and see the need for all to be free. And we can celebrate making America great by valuing lifestyles, protecting children, economic growth, healthcare, and prosperity for all. The unfoldment of consciousness and the wakefulness of compassion I am thankful for. I see a perfect path led solely by the divine, bringing about a more united nation. I am grateful for this, and I release this word, knowing it returns fulfilled. And so it is. Amen. Have a beautiful and blessed week, everyone. If you'd help us stack the chairs, we would greatly appreciate that. See Kaylee and Kelly in the back for any of the things that you might need. Have a great week, everyone.
Money is a-coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is a-coming to me. Money is a-coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is a-coming to me. Money is a-coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is a-coming to me. Money is a-coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is a-coming to me.